Hey, this is Stacia, and I'm going to share with you a training game that I played on chess.com just a moment ago. Now, I have not analyzed this yet, so we'll do it together. Okay, so the game started off with e4, d6, and d4, of course, just like I tell my students. If my opponents don't want the center, I will take it. And after g6, I went knight to c3. They went bishop g7, f4, and c6. Okay, so I call this the slow system, although, because I think normally the idea behind this move is to, well, sometimes they just play queen c7, and sometimes they play queen a5, which actually pins the knight, but it does something else too. It helps support the e5 push. And I've seen a lot of players do this, especially in blitz. And Michael Jilson and I were talking about this one time, and he said, he's like, when I know they're going to go for e5, he's like, I like to just shove e5 in there, just stop their whole plan. So I have taken a liking to that. So I went e5. I doubt it's even sound, but it is interesting. So I'm going to ask the computer if it likes it. The computer wants knight to f3, but yeah, e5, it says black can play knight h6 and be equal already. Okay, fine, but it's interesting. It does stop them from playing e5 if you just shove that in there like that. So, okay, I went e5. My opponent decided to take, and when I took back, then he decided to play h5, and this reminds me of, I think it's called the Gerganzi system or the Gesundheit system. Okay, not the Gesundheit system, but I think it's called the Gergananzi or the Gernanzi variation. Wow, there's no games with h5. There's only one game with e5, and the master played b5 in that game. So, okay, I guess we're out of theory. So in the game, they went takes. I'm just going to put the eval bar on. You guys like the eval bar, right? I'll go ahead and just put that on the side, but I'm not going to check the computer lines till we have some conclusions ourselves. That's the way you should analyze chess, so we'll do that together. Practice good habits, right? Okay, but definitely we should take with the f pawn. This is the idea of playing f4, is that we want to take with the f pawn, open up the f file. Notice that this pawn is backwards and weak now, and we, of course, want to castle. Now, we're a long way from castling, but if I could get all these moves in, the rook will come to f1, and that will be pretty nice. The bishop will be on c4. So that's what we're going for here. So when he went h5, I was like, huh, okay, so he wants to develop his knight like this, I guess, and get it into f5, which is fine, but the problem with that is it's very slow. Like, I feel like maybe black could punish me for how slow I'm playing. Like, I'm pushing a lot of pawns. My pieces are on the front or back row. The front row? Okay. But I don't think he was comfortable doing this kind of thing. So he decided to go h5, which is interesting. So now if I asked the computer what it thinks of that, it actually thinks white's better already, like plus 1.8. If we just go knight f3, which is what I did. You know, let's develop. Time to develop. Now, he got really greedy here. And I don't mean take a pawn greedy. I mean that he's really, like, trying to get everything he wants in the position now. It's like he wants to get this, which takes forever. He wants to maybe bring his bishop out, which takes forever. And then play here and here. I don't know. You can't play too slowly or I'm going to crush you. Because that's how I play chess. He went bishop f5, which to me isn't all that consistent with h5 and this idea. So I was like, huh. Maybe he was just expecting me to go bishop g3, but now I purposely didn't do that. Because like I was saying, I want to pressure f7 anyway. So I did that. He went e6. Okay, so now I'm like, Well, this is chess, not checkers, so I'm not sure what he's doing over here. But those dark squares are very weak. So now that makes me feel like if we can trade that dark square bishop off for our dark square bishop, or especially a knight, those are going to be on our mind now. Okay, so I just castled though, because why not? And he did in fact go bishop h6. Again, very slow play. It's like you already committed the bishop to g7, and now you're doing this. You're playing moves like h5. You're playing this. I don't know. This e6 is something you play if you want to open up the bishop this way. And to play all these moves and then do this is not good chess, in my opinion. All right, so I feel like I have some time now. And so I'm going to play what is becoming a signature move of mine in the PIRC. I'm turning on the lines because I want to see. I decided to go knight to e2. Now I see the computer doesn't list this move, but it says that white's much better after this move still. Okay, my idea is pretty simple, really. Just like in the French, we've got a d-pawn, and you know, it's weak. And what I'd really like to do is play c3 to protect it, but the stupid knight's in the way. So let's make the stupid knight not so stupid. Let's put him on e2, where he not only defends it temporarily, but gets out of the way of the c-pawn. So I'm like, hey, if my opponent's going to play slow, I can play a little slow as well, but my knight is going to come over here, and yeah, I will grab a bishop if I can. So computer does approve of this. It just thinks that better was a4, which, wow, I would never think of this move at all. But clearly we're stopping b5. So I think what we're doing, actually, which is smart by the computer, is that we are stopping their queenside play. And we are just putting them in a bind where they're just going to run out of moves. That's what I think the computer's doing. So a5, wow, I didn't even consider it. Or a4, rather. And then they should go a5, the computer says, which means I guess we're threatening a5. Which is just very interesting. I have no idea how we are, but let's just say they played something else. Let's say they did. Oh, they can't really do that. They need to recapture this way. Okay, let's say they did this. Computer wants to take with the queen. Okay, fine. Let's play here. Does it want to go a5? It does. So why are we doing this? We're just stopping b5 forever like a Benoni? Because now we get en passant and they can't even take back because it's pinned? Yeah, I guess that's the idea. So I need to pay attention of this queenside play more. This has been a long time blind spot for me. So I'm going to keep that in mind, try to do it in my training games. Knight e2. They went g5. Okay, so how do we proceed? I was very surprised to see this move, by the way. Like, I was definitely expecting them to take, and I was planning on taking with the queen. Because I like the dark squares now. That's going to possibly invade. But, they actually blocked it. Yeah, in favor of a pawn storm, I guess, but how? I mean, my king is at least castled. I don't know what their king's doing. And my pieces are quite active. I just don't believe this kind of premature attack. So, okay, so I simply went knight g3. And they pulled the bishop back. So I just went c3 here. h4. That must be a mistake. No, it's the top move. Wow. h4 and g4 are the top moves. Okay, but I was kind of happy to see this because I don't know, it doesn't look sound to me. So I went right back to e2, which is the top move. And, well, what's the idea? I don't remember. Okay, let's see. Well, he proceeded with g4. Now, this must be a mistake. No, it's not. It's a top move. Wow. Okay, shows what I know about chess. I don't know. I was feeling pretty comfortable here. I just don't believe this attack is going to work. I just don't at all. I just went knight e1, which I see is the top move. Because, hey, I'm just going to reroute the knight. I'm not that worried about it, you know. I can reroute the knight this way or this way. I mean, I like that the bishops are connected again. Okay, and they went bishop e4. Now, this must be a mistake because you can't just move the same pieces around over and over. I just don't believe you can do that. So bishop e4, and I went knight to f4. So I like this move quite a bit. I'm basically considering coming in like this. I'm also considering sacking. Like, I just might sack there. You know, you guys know I might do it. Like, I was definitely staring at this a lot, this kind of stuff, because my pieces can start to stream in. I didn't quite believe it, but okay, but I'm on this, right? So my opponent realized that, and he went bishop f5. But this is just, you can't just move your bishop every move. I'm sorry. This is what I tell my students that are like rated like 300. I'm like, don't move your same bishop every move, you know. And this guy's 1700. What are you doing? And it says 1943, so it's an old guy. Most likely that's his birth year. So I don't know. So here I just simply went bishop d3 to challenge the bishop. Computer likes it. And he went knight to e7. Okay, so he's finally committing his knight this way. But this allows me to go knight to h5. I was holding off on this move, but I really like this now. The reason I was holding off on it is that I wanted to go knight h5 and sink the knight in here, but he would simply take me. I was still considering it, but now, though, with the knight there, now this is like, I'm doing this. And his idea was to go bishop takes bishop and then recapture my knight for free. But now that's not possible. So he does this, but, you know, I have this little check. We throw in this check. Okay, king, you're never going this way. I think that's what he wanted to do. You're never going that way. Go ahead. Come on out to f8. All right. We recapture. I took with the rook. I'm like, hey, maybe I can, you know, double like that. And he just brought his knight in. Now, I considered trading the knights, but why do that when I can take a pawn? So knight takes g4. I mean, we're up material now with a better position. His king's ridiculous. I think white's borderline winning. The computer agrees. It's saying +3 now. Hey, did the eval go away? It did. Sorry, you guys. I don't know how that even happened. I must have clicked it by accident. Okay, well, let's continue. He did take. I took with a knight. Might as well get the knight off the back row. Knife f5. But okay, I just thought, hey, let's pin it, right? Get the queen in the game, pin the knight. Go ahead and move somewhere. You know, take a pawn or something, because checkmate. So rook g8. What's his idea with this? His idea, I think, was, let's say I played a nothing move. Let's say I just went like a3. I think he wants to take, and fork me. I don't even fully believe this should work. Yeah, in fact, the computer's saying that white wins now with queen h5. But we also have queen takes e6. I actually did calculate this during the game. I was looking at this move because I thought if he takes, we repin. And that looks annoying. That looks really annoying. And if he goes queen e7, we can at least check here. If king e8, check. He has to block with the queen. I guess he could block with the knight. If he blocks with a knight, then knight c5. Getting our knight up in there. I'm looking for stuff. I don't see anything, but okay. It just seems like he's pinned and in trouble. That's what it looks like to me. Like, I might even play this move, because then if he takes, I can take with a knight. It will attack the pinned knight, and if he moves the queen away, we would take, because the rook will be on there. So yeah, that should win. Interesting stuff. But okay, let's get back to the game. In the game, I saw that threat, so I was like, hey, look. I mean, I guess I should have played a3 and gone into a win, but I thought if he takes now, there's no fork at all. Like, I'm just covering it. And I figured, hey, my rook's not in the game, really. Let's go ahead and just bring it over. Now, I'm sure the computer doesn't love this. Wow, it actually does list it. Okay, shows what I know. Queen g5. I went knight to e3. Yeah, my opponent just resigned here, which is a little silly. Kind of a weird moment to resign. I'm attacking the pinned knight, but I'm really just going to win a pawn. I thought, if anything, he should probably bring his rook over. Computer says rook e8. Rook e8. Yeah, and I would probably take. And I thought if he takes with the queen, I'm going to win a pawn. Yay. Yeah, and okay, I mean, I still wouldn't resign here if I was black. I mean, it's possible to trick me or something. You know, I would at least play something like this. Like, why not? And then when white doubles, you know, like, why not at least try stuff? But that's what happened in the game. So I guess if we do the whole game review now, let's see if our analysis was good. Yeah, the graph looks quite nice. I'll go ahead and show you guys as well. Yeah, so this game just went very well, and we'll just do a quick, probably we'll know the answers now. Uh-oh, my computer is thinking. I wonder if I... Okay, it says that's the last book move because I did this, yeah. Okay, fine, but see, you don't always have to play 100% sound in club level chess because it's more important to know what you're doing. And I did have an idea with this. I knew this was premature, but I just wanted to stop his usual slow system stuff and take him into my waters, like the crazy waters. Lucky for me, he did not know how to play. He's playing like a closed position player here. He really is. Not understanding that you can't just move your pieces, the same piece a million times. So it loved the knight g3 move. It doesn't like c3. This is where I lost a lot of advantage. So apparently I had something good here. Okay, what piece? We should have did something with the bishop. Maybe we challenge that bishop. I have a feeling that's probably true because look, we're threatening to take, opening up the king side a little too early for our rook. And if they take here, which they probably should, then we can take with the queen, helping our development. So I do like bishop d3. That seems like a good move to me. But let's continue. Okay, it likes that. It didn't like this. Oh, well, this wasn't really in the game anyway, right? He resigned earlier. My pawn's undefended, it says. Oh, yeah, because I played this move. Yeah, this is not in the game. It's funny that it included it. Should have stopped. Here is where he resigned. So, interesting that it removed that for some reason. So, okay, anyway, I hope this video was helpful. I hope you learned something, and I'll be back with more chess. Okay, bye.